The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Back for your Friday fix for all you adrenaline junkies, back in action once again. In these open wheel Lotus 79 machines, it's the Retro Kart League. Brought to you by iSplash for all your iRacing wraps, your decals, suits, and helmets. Head on over to iSplash.com. Welcome back trackside here to Pocono Raceway. Drivers going to go around the track tonight. 50 laps in these open wheel monsters. These little guys, I tell you what, they're the older style machines, but they kick out some crazy good races. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight As always, David the Cave bringing you all the calls from a trackside. Close points battle. Coming into race number 7 here tonight out of the 11 weeks of championship action here in season number 2. Close points race as we open up things here at Pocono. At a close race out there on the stopwatch, qualifying already underway. Who's going to walk away with the Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet Pole Award here tonight? We'll get some of those times over there to the left-hand side of your screen. There you can see Rick Raven making a push for a chance for the championship. Comes into tonight's race sitting inside of your top 10 in the points with one race win in his back pocket. Will he be able to get back to victory lane? Only one other previous race winner, Marcellus Bruning, in the field here tonight. So as the music fades away, time has ticked away. 3 minutes into this 5-minute qualifying session, so drivers only have a limited amount of time they can get out there. And speaking of time, top of the speed charts here tonight. Quick time belongs to the 82 of Christopher Hamlick. Wait a minute, Raven says not so fast. 48:36. Now the fast time here in the Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet qualifying session. Marcellus Bruning gonna put that blonde bullet, number 61, top of the speed charts. He's gonna take the provisional pole position, and just about 60 seconds to go. And it looks like 4 drivers still out there on the track. Another 7 here in the field tonight. So over a 15-car field. Going to try to tackle the tricky triangle here for the Pocono 125. Weininger going to slot inside of the top 10. Going to go 6th with his time lap. Let's see who else is out there. Austin Dabbs, Darren Fahey in that number 10 machine. Both of those drivers very dangerous. Going to have to watch the timing and scoring here. It's going to be close whether they can even get this lap in. Got our eye out there on the scoring chart. Doesn't look to be popping up anything. They're going to have one shot at it here when they cross the line. Lap number 1, that is going to do it. That's going to be it. And Austin Dabbs has trouble. Dabbs trouble off of 3. He's not going to complete his lap. His chances are all but over. Darren Fahey now one of the only drivers with an opportunity. Final 10 seconds here as Trey Mitz goes 3rd on the speed charts. Fahey, where's he going to go? Looks like not going to put down a time lap. And that's going to be it here at the Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet qualifying session. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Head right down trackside for your national anthem. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We will be right back.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
And back trackside as drivers begin to roll through turn number 1. We'll head trackside for your starting lineup here tonight. In the Pocono 125, snatching the top spot in the Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet pole session inside. Row number 1 inside the blonde bullet number 61 machine. You'll find fast as always Marcellus Bruning in the 61. Rick Raven just to his outside. Raven looking to have another podium finish. Trey Mitz, Chris Brown back in row number 2, starting inside row number 3 here tonight from Pocono International Raceway. Inside of his 82, Christopher Hemlink. Robert Love in the 44 will line up in 6th. And back in row number 4, the 42 of Daryl Weininger, followed by the 77. 55 of Bill Smitham looking to get that Carolina Classic. A little further in the field, he's going to start in 9th. Jason Crumley 10th. Roger Bowes and Neil Canning back in row number 6. Final part of the field looks like this as the pace car ducks away. We'll get ready to get underway. Music's gone and green flag flies for the first time here tonight as Raven gets an amazing jump on the outside. He's going to grab that race lead before we even get to turn number 1. Side-by-side action back through the field. We'll try to back up a little bit, try to bring you some of the action here unfolding off of turn number 1 down to turn number 2, lap number 1 in front of the field. Already breaking away there. You can see Marcellus Bruning 0.3 of a second advantage in that blonde bullet pole award winning machine. Losing time already, dropping 1 spot. Raven shot out of a cannon. This number 1 took off and left the field, leading by over a half a second in 1 lap. Already in our back pocket, Rick Raven going to lead the first official lap of tonight's race, and we'll drop that timing and scoring over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you find your favorite driver. Follow along just like we do here in the production booth. A little further back through the field, we've got Neil Canning. There he is outside trying to make a move on Bill Smitham. They'll head down the backstretch and into turn number 2, the tunnel turn here. Side by side down to the bottom of the racetrack goes the 41. Not going to be able to pull off that pass, and Canning going to stay behind him for just a little bit. Has that too of Stuart Wright. Breathing down his gear. Whoa, gearbox, and I believe that may have been the 9 of Austin Dabbs. No, that was just in front of Dabbs. That's Roger Bowes. Bowes with some trouble in the 59. Elf machine top of the racetrack. We give him 1 position. Oh, close racing there with the Texaco Hound Lean number 9 machine of Austin Dabbs. He'll gather it together on the backstretch. Big run on the outside now. Darren Fahey trying to take that spot away, but he's going to move his way around the high side through the tunnel turn. Grab the position as we move forward in the field. Rick Raven continues to lead this race. Snatched it from the outside pole position. And can he parlay this into a race-winning performance? He'll join. Oh, we've got a spinner. We got trouble in the back. Roger Bowes going to go around and big slide here. Tell you what, let's get right to it. Let's jump right to the eye splash replay. And looks like contact with the outside wall. And around he goes. That's going to do it right there. We'll take one more look at it here. Oh, right there as you come into your living room screens. And yeah, there's the significant impact with that inside Armco barrier. There are no tires there. That is straight guardrail. And that's going to be a handful of time spent on pit road. Newcomer Roger Bowes with some trouble. The 59. Looks like their crew thrashing already. So slow things down just a little bit here from Pocono Raceway. Caution flying here on lap number 3. Drivers beginning to catch up to that iRacing pace car. Our good buddy Travis Smith out there in the pace car with us here tonight. We do appreciate Travis coming up and taking care of those official duties for us. The boss man of the flag stand, as always, our good man Al Smith out there waving the flag around. Let's see here. We can typically call what the fuel mileage is going to kind of be when we enter these races. But here at Pocono, 2.5 mile track, if you're in the draft, if you're close in the draft within about, I would say about a half a second, you're going to be able to use a little less fuel. Not quite saving a ton, but you're going to be able to stay off of the gas just a little bit in the airstream of the driver in front of you in the draft, and pick up a little bit of a tow down these long front stretches. So the course of a run, you may be able to save about 2 laps maybe for that, but you know, these fuel cells go a lot further than what you may think. So with this early caution here, I would expect to see drivers that may be trying to push this thing to about lap number 30 before coming to pit road to have less than half of the race left to go green flag racing and on their final tank of fuel. We'll see if there's any strategy popping up here as we're going to get 2 to go this time around. We'll go 1 more lap around the track. Well, 2 more actually, behind the iRacing pace car. So getting in some miles there's our good buddy Travis Smith. But while we've got some time on our hands, what do you say we talk about some of these point standings? We mentioned close points race here coming into race number 7 of 11 here in season number 2 for the Ice Splash Retro Kart League. Marcellus Bruning, your pole sitter, he's going to grab a bonus point here for walking away with that pole award, but came into tonight's race with a 6-point advantage over Christopher Hamlink, and Hamlink right there running top 5, so solid night here for Hamlink. Hamlink is just 16 points, 6 points, I apologize, 6 points behind Johnny Hamby. He's going to lose just a little bit of ground, not in the field here tonight. And another 2-time race winner, not in the field after dominating, absolutely putting it on these boys last week in the American Grand Prix there in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, up at Road America. These drivers went around the track, and George Sandman absolutely put it on these boys, led every single lap from the pole position, and Sandman walked away with his 2nd win of the season. Came into tonight's race sitting 5th in the overall point standings, but gonna lose a bit of ground here. He's going to lose at least 10 to 15 points here tonight, so Sandman definitely going to have to be on it for the final 3 weeks of the season to give himself a fighting chance. And really, he's going to have to look at getting podium finishes for the next 2 weeks to have a shot at it when we head into our season finale. So as the season winds down, these points are going to be ever so crucial. It's going to mean a ton. Just finishing a race could be the difference in a position at the end of the season. Marcellus Bruning, your defending series champion, gonna restart in 2nd. Was your pole sitter, but Raven shot out of a cannon, grabbed that top spot as we rolled around the track. Pace car lights are out. We're ready to go racing this time around. We'll get back to some fast pace open wheel racing action here. These drivers wheeling these Lotus 79 machines right here on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. If you ain't got it, you better find it and get it. All the tracks, cars, laser scan, precision, accuracy, down to the, I don't even know the measurement to say. Millimeter, centimeter, not good enough. You can feel every bump, every nook and cranny in the asphalt. And, well, you're a dirt guy. We've got those too. Everything from your local street stock machines all the way up to the big boys, those 410s, as well as the super late models. And my favorite, absolutely on the server, is those big block modifieds. We've got those two sprint cars, silver crowns, whatever you got, whatever you want. We got it right here on iRacing.com. If you're not here, you need to get here. Absolutely the best platform out there if you're looking to get into sim racing action. And we're getting ready to get back to action. Travis, go ahead and pull that thing to the left-hand side. Thank you, sir. We'll roll to the restart zone, wait for it, and green flag flies as Rick Raven jumps on the gas. Single file field, gonna fan out here. Wide front stretch there. You see it 2, 3, 4 wide for a moment. We're gonna stay 4, now 5 wide for a brief second. Bill Smitham gonna back out of that one. He wanted nothing to do with that. He's gonna back out of it as your top 2 step away. Let's stay right here with the battle coming up on turn number 2, heading down the back stretch into the tunnel turn we go. And we've got, whoa, I thought we had another one around, but no, just some crazy racing action going down here tonight from Pocono Raceway. You're gonna make their way off of turn number 2, head back into 3. Look how close this entire field is as your race leaders head on by. Trey Mitz trying to get that Scuderia Ferrari number 35 one spot better and into a podium position, chasing after Christopher Brown right now. That 37 having a lights out performance. Everybody get ahead into turn number 1. Bill Smitham heading to pit lane early here. We're going to have to keep our eye on that 55, see if there was troublesome problems as we stay with the battles at hand. The top 2 stepping out to a 1.3 second advantage. Marcellus Bruning, he's all over the back end of Rick Raven. Let's go back and check this battle out. Let's watch it all go down for a moment. What do you say we jump on board here? Gonna look over that. Woo! The right rear. Looking back at Marcellus Bruning, you can see Rick Raven almost into that outside wall. And tell me that ain't a great battle and a great view. Let's go back here. Darren Fahey just in front of that 77 machine here tonight, making his debut with us in the Ice Splash Retro Kart League. Darren Fahey sitting in that 7th position. We'll head back outside the car and back around the track once again. Join some more action. What do you say, race fans? Back up for the drivers. Vying for a top 5, vying for a podium position. Trey Mitz is going to grab that 3rd and final spot on the podium, but he's got Chris Brown and Christopher Hamlink all over him. Look at this trio battle it out. Hamlink looking to get his 3M Scotch target 82 and back up into the mix of the high life. 42, I apologize, 42 of Christopher Hamlink. He's right there as well. Daryl Weininger, don't count him out. Darren Fahey right here in this long train of machines. Your top 2, they are stepping away, but they are not getting away from each other. And we've got a battle for the race lead. Let's look at this pass. Marcellus Bruning down at the bottom of the racetrack looking to grab the grip, and he's going to get it. He's going to slide up in front of your race leader, and Bruning back to the point to lead a lap officially at the line. We'll go side by side again with Raven going to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to look to grab that spot back and going to do so with a fair amount of ease. Look for a crossover here from Bruning coming down the backstretch. They're going to be coming right at us here. Let's see what he does. There it is, that fan out heading down into the turn. That's going to leave Raven with a little bit of a decision, and there it is. He's going to give him that opportunity. And he's going to give up that spot. Wait for his chance to attack here off of turn number 3. I can promise you it's coming. Whoa. And it looks like our turn 3 field cam has, well, it's been obliterated. It's gone. There's no more. It's over. Just done. So as your top 2 continue to mix things up, we've got that close heated battle back here for the final spot in the podium. Chris Brown holding on to it. Trey Mitz trying to grab it from him. Christopher Hamlin, Darren P., Daryl Weininger, all right here, all trying to gain a position. Everybody going after it. And I tell you what, let's jump on board with a few of these drivers here. What do you say we go right here on board with that Scuderia Ferrari 35 of Trey Mitz sitting in the 4th position right behind Chris Brown. He's sitting in front of Darren P., and this is just a little look at the busyness in the office. You can see just slight little tugs on the wheel, just slight little pulls all throughout turn number 3. A little bit of a lift. We'll listen here. Ooh. What a listen and what a race to be watching. We got to jump back outside the car. We got to watch this one unfold. You can hear Mitz deep into the corner on the gas, feathering, and then hammer down, and it's going to pay off. He's going to grab that position away, open up the door now for that Atari number 10 of Darren Fahey. He's going to look to the bottom of the racetrack. Will he grab the spot? Not quite. He'll have to wait to attack another lap. He's going to fall in line here, get that slipstream, heading back down into turn number 1. Mitt's going to, a little defensive move there, a little bit of a, I don't want to call it a block. It was a move. And that's going to stop the run of Fahey, and he's going to back up just a little bit. Christopher Brown paying the price on this one. He's going to lose yet another 2, make that 3 positions, and he's going to fall all the way back to 7th. While at the front of the field, while we've been watching the action right here, this man inside of his machine walking away from Marcellus Bruning. Now Rick Raymond going to take and walk away. He's got 8/10 of a second over the field. He's going to cross the line. Another lap led for that number 1 machine. Lights out quick in happy hour. Lights out quick in qualifying. And here he is, just stepping away at the tricky triangle, the Pocono 125 here for the Ice Splash Retro Kart League. We'll head back another, well, it looks to be about another 3 seconds to get to this 5, 6, 7 car battle with another group mixing up behind him. Austin Dabbs trying to get in some work. He's going to put that Texaco Javelin Big K machine down to the bottom of the racetrack here. Work his way. I believe that was the tunnel turn. Yes, it was tunnel turn right there. Down into turn number 3 we go. The Pepsi number 44, Robert Love. Going to get some love in here tonight after a fine finish. He's going to try to break inside of the top 10. Pull even with that 41 of Neil Caney as we continue to watch this battle in the back. Let's jump back again here for the battle inside of the top 5. Christopher Hamlin just holding serve all night right where he qualified. Still sitting in that 4th and 5th position as Trey Mitz has a little trouble through turn number 1, and he's going to give up that spot for a moment. Now Mitz looking back to the bottom. He's going to have some help behind him. And again here tonight, we had a quick caution. Lap number 3, so driver's going to be able to possibly extend. Whoa, Trey Mitz, big moment there off of turn number 3. Heading across the line, lap number 18 will go back on the board, and Rick Raven had a problem. Raven with an issue last time around, and that's going to let Marcellus Bruning by. Here's Bruning taking back that race lead, but as we were saying, the fuel mileage is going to come into play here very soon. I would expect to see these drivers in maybe 5 to 10 laps here. Woo. Quick pass down through the tunnel turn. You gotta have a willingness to throw it in there and just count that the car is gonna stick, and indeed it does for Rick Ravenhill. He's gonna go back to the front of this field and back to the race lead. Will cross the line. Lap number 19 now underway. Battle's underway as well. Let's go back here, man. I can't get away from this hornet's nest. We got a little bit of an anthill back in the back right there. They're battling it out We'll call that the fire ant's nest, I guess, right here, because we've got 3, 4, 5, make it 6 drivers. Oh, trouble, trouble. Austin Dabbs has an issue, and around goes that number 9 machine. Oh, no, big trouble here for Dabbs. A lot of smoke clearing on the track. And it looks like his day will come to an end. We're going to jump back and take a look. Let's see what happened on the Ice Flash replay. There you can see Dabbs down into the corner. Everything looks to be okay. Whoop, around he goes, an innocent victim along for the ride. The 41 machine. How you doing? How you feeling, bud? After that one, we're going to have to catch up with him in the infield care center because he's going to be out of tonight's race. That's going to do it. That's going to be done for his night. We'll go back one more time. Let's check the replay here with the turn 3 drone cam. There you see that contact and all, but pulling a Magic Man moment there. Big trouble on the track will put us under caution for the second time. And, well, that's going to change things up on this strategy. We were talking about drivers maybe pushing this thing to about lap number 30. And with pit stops around the corner, about 10 laps or so before everybody should be coming to pit road. This is going to extend that, or will everybody come down and switch the strategy to have a 30-mile run to the end? We're going to have to wait and see. I mean, it's a long way, so I do believe everybody in the field is going to take tires if they come down right now. Maybe if this happened a little bit further into tonight's race, maybe these drivers in the field think about no tires and just putting on full fuel loads. We'll have to wait to see what happens. Pit road now open to the drivers to head down to pit lane if they would like to do so. And it looks like front of the field indeed going to come down pit road. And it's going to bring everybody right down with them. So as everybody heads down pit road for their first green flag pit stops of the night, we're going to take a brief commercial break. Pay a few bills and a few sponsors. You know how that goes, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside has promised no green flag laps missed here tonight in the Pocono 125 for the iSplash Retro Kart League. Race number 7, just about at the halfway point, second caution of the evening. Rick Raven going to bring the entire field down pit road. He'll win the race off of pit road. Will remain at the front of the field. Marcellus Bruning, Christopher Hamling, Darren P., Trey Mitz, Daryl Weininger. The 77 of Rod and Robert Love, Stuart Wright, Jason Crumley rounding out your top 10 as we jump back on the gas and get through the gears. Green flag flies. Once again, here from Pocono Raceway, we're going to wind these machines back up, and will we see a run to the end? A little bit of a long run there. Had us on the doorstep of pit stops. But a late caution coming out, and there it is. Rick Raven again able to step away from the field. He's able to walk away fairly easily. We've seen it happen earlier here tonight, where he stepped away on an early restart, walked away with about a second advantage, and Bruning was able to reel him in. So as things heat up here on this restart, we're going to jump back through the field, back just outside of your top 5. Stuart Wright looking for a position on the track. Bill Smitham going to drop down to the bottom, take advantage of the wash-up through turn number 3, and there goes Smitham. He'll grab the spot, move Smitham tonight. And we're going to bring this to you one lap early. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. Your mid-race report, your halfway rundown here tonight in the Pocono 125. 17 drivers took to the starting grid. We are down to only 12 on the track. All 12 still on the lead lap, so as Chris Brown looks like he may go a lap down here, being on pit road at this moment as the field works their way off of turn number 3, and indeed the 37 will fall off of the lead lap. Be your first driver listed off of this lead lap. Rick Raven, front of the field. He's been showing the way. Was fastest in happy hour, fastest or second fastest in qualifying. Only slipped up a little bit in qualifying. And had to start from outside pole position, but he has led the most laps tonight. That's the man out front inside of that number 1 machine. Rick Raven looking for win number 2. Right behind him, all on his gearbox. We'll take a look at the man putting in work inside the office. Let's take a look inside of the car. Here is that blonde bullet. Number 61 of Marcellus Bruning, your overall season leader. Coming into tonight's race, Bruning looking to continue his championship ways, and we've got trouble. We've got trouble on track. That's going to bring us outside of the car and back to a crawl and put a little damper on the driver highlights and spotlights. Darren Fahey, he's your biggest mover of the race. There you can find Fahey, that number 10 Atari machine. Great run by Fahey. He's going to be the final driver inside of your top 3. So there you go. We'll wrap up that highlight and halfway rundown. Caution on the track, though, coming out moments ago. And we're looking to see if we have any report of incidents. And no, it doesn't look to seem like there's any trouble for any drivers out there. So possibly a debris caution. Maybe officials being alerted to some debris around the track. So that's going to slow us up again. Everybody got to fall in line back behind your race leader, Rick Raven, at the front of this field. Marcellus Bruning, Darren Fahey, Christopher Hamley, Trey Mitz, Daryl Weiner, your Bill Smitham, Robert Love. Rod making his debut in that number 77 machine. Stuart Wright finishes out your top 10. So as we come to a crawl, we'll take this opportunity in a moment to say thank you for tuning in here tonight with us on the Turn 3 Racing Network. For myself, David the Cave, and everybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate you coming to get your Friday night fast fix here with these adrenaline-filled, open-wheeled Lotus 79 machines in the Ice Splash Retro Kart League. While you're here, while you're at it, why don't you go ahead and do something about it? Show these drivers some love and appreciation. Let them know you enjoy all the racing action they provide week in, week out, each and every Friday night. Join us in that push to 3,000. Drop that thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're sliding in to say hey, or you're one of the dedicated fans, friends, family, or one of our many sponsors coming to check out the product and make sure everything is running smooth. We do appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there would be no us as we continue that push to 3,000. We appreciate each and every one of you stopping by over there on the YouTube side of things. Big shout out to everybody joining us on the Twitch streams here tonight. We do appreciate you coming in, checking things out. Enjoy the stay, enjoy the race. We're going to get back to some green flag action in about, it looks to be about 3 miles here. We're going to get the one to go this coming time around, so the boss man in the flag stand has seen enough. Race officials cleaning up the debris, and we're going to get the one finger wave this time around. Rick Raven will remain at the front of the field as the lap count gets higher. Laps left diminish. Those bold moves are going to become a little more prominent as the time left to complete passes is coming to a head. Drivers inside of your top, I would say drivers right around that 7th, 8th position, they still have mathematical opportunity at the season championship. Yes, Marcellus Bruning sitting 40 points ahead of Rick Raven right now, but if Raven can walk away with most laps led, he's led a lap, a race win, that's going to give him a tremendous amount of points, and he's going to gain some ground on Bruning. But if Bruning can back up what seems to be a good race pace here tonight in that blonde bullet, ABB, number 61. Lotus 79 machine. If Rooney can finish it off here tonight and walk away with the podium finish tomorrow, next Friday night, it's going to be, it's going to get tough. Let's make no bones about it. Walking into the final race of the season, last season, Bruning had a comfortable lead and was able to kind of just pace himself throughout the night, finish things off on a high note, and walk away with some season hardware. And Bruning just about 2 podium finishes away from possibly wrapping up the championship here in season number 2. So while things are close, driver's going to need a little help. They're going to have some fortunes of their own as some mishaps out of that 61. And tonight doesn't look to be the night. Bruning running well, walked away with the Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet Pole Award, and sitting in second as we speak. Biggest mover of the night, though, he needed a shot in the arm in his championship standings. He's looking to try to climb inside of the top 10. Darren Fahey up 10 positions in that Atari number 10. He'll restart back in third. Single file restarts here at the Ice Blast Retro Kart League. Third caution of the evening. Entire field staying out on the track. Nobody coming back down to pit road. Well, Bill Smitham, he's going to come down to pit road. Smitham looks like he may have made the pit stop for another set of tires. And just like this, we're back in action. Green flag flies as Rick Raven hits the loud pedal. Top 3 going to step away from the field. What a breakaway by those podium drivers. Look at him go away from the field. There it is, the 82 of Christopher Hamling trying to stay in touch, but he's struggling a little bit here as we work our way through the center of turn number 1. Off of the corner and down the backstretch we roll. Everybody single file looking for a little bit of a toe, and there it is. Move to the inside. And Rick Raven looking for that race lead once again. There it is. He's going to grab that top spot away. Bruning with a good move. Grab the race lead off of turn number 2, but unfortunately it's not going to stick, and he's going to fall back to second. Christopher Hamling now closing in on the tail end of Darren Fahey. We'll take a look inside of the cockpit. We haven't been inside of the car here tonight yet with the Hamling, and just look at how dirty the camera is here, just mounted beneath the visor tab on these drivers' helmets, and you can see unable to reach up and get that tear off here. We'll look to see if he can clear the tear off heading down the backstretch. There's a shift up a gear as he tries to catch that toe and catch that draft, utilize it to his advantage here. Speeds upwards of 190 miles an hour as these drivers get into these corners. Marcellus Bruni now going to look back down to the bottom of the racetrack. We'll jump back outside of the car. What do you say we watch this battle unfold here at the front of the field, and Bruning going to make the pass coming out of turn number 3. Cross the line, back to the point. Once again, it is your pole sitter, but it's going to be short-lived as here comes that one. With the move back down to the bottom of the racetrack, he'll have the preferred line, and just like that, Raven back to the point. Crossover by Bruning, not going to work out. He's going to have to wait for a run down the backstretch. He's going to clear to the bottom now. Look to go side by side and force Raven to run that high entry into the tunnel turn. And there it is, just enough to grab that race lead and look for Raven to try to take it back here on the exit of turn number 3. We'll go trackside for this one. Let's take a look at this. Losing a little ground. He's not going to be able to make the move. He's going to have to make the move heading down into turn 1 now, as we are down under 20 laps to go. 18 when we cross the line that time around. Man, things starting to heat up here at the Pocono 125. And how much would the race win mean to that Atari number 10 or that 82 3M Target Scotch machine of Christopher Hamling? I mean, Hamling's had some great runs. He was on fire at the end of season number 1, and here he is having a little bit of a struggle here in season number 2. But could tonight be the breakout race for either Fahey or Hamling? Running well here. Ooh, close to the outside wall is Raven at the front of the field. If there's trouble at the front, watch out. More battles on the racetrack, so we're going to try to jump around a little bit here. We're going to see some back and forth battling between your race leaders for a moment. Let's see if we can't find some more action, though. Let's go back here for just a moment. There's Robert Love and Darrell Weininger, Trey Mitz all going at it. The Scuderia Ferrari number 35 leading this train of cars 1 second back from your top 4. There you can see your front 4 heading into the tunnel turn. Heating up again for that race lead, man. I'm telling you, this could either be really good or really bad. It's gonna go one or two ways, I can assure you that. And well, we'll see if anybody walks away with just the wheels. We got trouble on the track, smoke in the back, and it looks like Robert Love may have had some issues. Love a little slow here recovering after our latest caution of the evening. The 44 Pepsi machine with some issues. Let's go back high above the track. The turn 3 drone cam going to try to catch this one. And unfortunately not going to catch it from that angle, guys. Give me a better look. Let's see if the Ice Splash replay caught it here. Oh, boy. Ooh. Wow. Wow. Do you got a closer one, guys? Can we do something with that? I'm getting a maybe. Okay, we're gonna go check this vantage point out. Pretty close to that pit wall. Water barrier line almost taking out the rear end of this machine. He's going to loop it around on the front stretch in front of the field. My goodness. That could have been extremely bad for multiple drivers here. So as the field back to a crawl, Marcellus Bruning, your race leader. Rick Raven right there behind him. Darren Fahey, Christopher Hamlick, and Trey Mitz will round out your top 5 as we find ourselves under caution for the 4th time this evening. We're going to take this opportunity and step away from the mic for just a moment. Pay a few more bills. You know how that all goes. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back here live from Pocono Raceway. You won't miss any of the green flag action. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We welcome you back in trackside here from Pocono Raceway here tonight for the iSplash Retro Kart League. Under caution for the 4th time, our good buddy Travis Smith just turning those pace car lights out in the Ford Mustang. And we're going to get ready to get back under action. This time around, Marcellus Bruning back at the point. Timely caution coming out as Bruning was under fire from Rick Raven. Raven leading the most laps of tonight's race, but Bruning your pole sitter, so there is speed in that number 61. Will he have the restart he needs to keep himself out front and grab his 2nd win of the season? We'll wait to see if Bruning's able to accomplish that, or if we get a fresh face from outside of your top 2 starting positions here. Could it be Fahey? How about Hamlick? What about Trey Mitz and that Scuderia Ferrari number 35? You got to look a little further on back as well. We've got some heavy hitters in the rear of this field. 77 with a beautiful debut here tonight. Rod has had an absolutely great night, just nice and quiet, slowly gaining a position. He's going to move into that 7th spot for the restart here, so we'll keep an eye out on that 77 as he tries to run up through the field. Daryl Weininger right there outside of your top 5. He can be dangerous at the end. And we're going to get ready to drop the hammer on the loud pedal. We go and green flag flies. Once again, here from Pocono Raceway, Bruni up through the gears. Listen to those engines sing. Heading down to turn number 1, we roll. And just like that, field's going to go flying by. All single file here. A little bit of a gap through the field. Look for some big runs coming from the back end of this field as they head down the backstretch. Here comes those moves. Drivers looking to the inside. Not able to make any moves just yet, but we got a battle for the point, battle for the top spot. Rick Raven looking to grab it, and he's going to get that position off of turn number 2. Run down the short chute. Bruning doesn't take advantage of the slipstream. He's going to stay behind for the rest of this lap and all the restart. Rick Raven whoa! Contact with the outside wall for the 10. A little bit of a repeat there at on the restart that we seen on the beginning of tonight's race. Raven able to take the lead by the end of the opening lap, whether it was the first green flag or this latest restart. And here comes a run once again by Bruning down the backstretch. He's going to get stuck on the high side as the 1 drops to the bottom of the racetrack. Preferred lane through the tunnel turn once again, and there's yet another pass for the race lead. We're over 12. 13, 15. I've lost count. Lead changes. There's another. Bruning going to drop down to the bottom. Look for the crossover, and here comes. Whoa! Kicking up dust. No contact made with the outside wall, but did you see all the dirt, grease, grime up there on the top of the racetrack, man? Bruning laying that right rear out there just a little bit further than the right front. And he's going to make some dust flying. Well, we've got parts of flying. We've got trouble on the track. The 77 with some issues. Oh no, broadcaster's curse for that 77. Bill Smitham also going to be involved in this latest one. So what do you say we go back here and see what happened? Oh, there it is. Oh! My goodness. That is, well, there you go, boys. We'll go back one more time. Take a look at it here. We've got cars flipping, flying. One gets loose on the bottom. There it is. Hard impact. Missile shot. Oh, my goodness. Never fun to spin around like a top, but never great when you're on your lid. That's going to spell trouble for 2 drivers. Bill Smitham and the 77 both, I would assume, going to be out of tonight's race after that hard impact by both drivers, and it looks like they're looking the cars over down there on pit lane. I don't believe they're going to get their machines back out on track, so that's going to leave us with just 9 drivers left on the track. All 9 drivers left on the lead lap, and as we just seen, anything can happen. There can be trouble in the back. There can be trouble in the front. Things have been kind of calm with these, I don't want to call them slide jobs, but definitely a back and forth battle between Rick Raven and Marcellus Bruning for that top spot. We seen Darren Fahey take a shot at grabbing a position. He's not going to be scared to put the nose of his Atari number 10 up in the mix here in these final few laps. So I mean, it's going to get close. And, I mean, here in asphalt racing, we got a saying, you know, cautions breed cautions, and will we see that come to fruition here tonight at Pocono as the 44, Robert Love, he's going to bring that Pepsi machine down the pit road. This time around, we get the 2 to go signal. So we'll kick things off with just over 5 laps remaining. If we get another caution here, that's going to put an end to the night. So will we see a run to the end under green flag conditions, or will we have a caution finish here tonight for a checkered flag? There you can see Bruning already trying to clean up the tires, trying to keep some heat and some grip in those the fronts. Every now and again, lighten up the rear of the tires, trying to clean them off, trying to keep some heat in those as well. So a lot on these drivers' mind. There you can see Christopher Hamlin already thinking about it as well. So things definitely could get interesting here. And as things begin to come to an end tonight, things slowly coming to an end here in season number 2 for the iSplash Retro Kart Series. Race number 7 here tonight. We've got 4 more Friday night filled races to decide who's going to walk away with the Season 2 championship hardware. Can Marcellus Bruning find a way to go back-to-back and walk away with his second season championship? Still a lot of racing to be had. We're going to hit a road course before the end of the season. So race fans, mark that down on the calendar. Tell you what, even better than a calendar, go ahead and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. You'll get this fancy, nice little notification from us anytime we go live, whether it's myself, David the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We got all types of great racing action coming at you 7 days a week. Whether you want short track action, dirt track, we got it. It don't matter. Venturing into some of those 24-hour events as well. Keep your eyes peeled. Here in the next handful of weeks, we're going to be kicking off with a little bit of coverage from the race in Bathurst. That's right, you heard it right here. We're gonna be filming and broadcasting and helping out some of the guys over there at a Team Disco Lemonade. We brought you some of their Daytona Rolex 24-hour race. What a great team and what a great race that was for them. They finished inside of your top 10, walked away with the 7th. We'll see how they go this time at Bathurst, and I'm going to be jumping in the car for a little stint there, so better tune in if you want some great action, and if it's not great, at least I'll make it funny. I can guarantee you that. So we'll go from fun to serious in a split second. As the pace car ducks off, Raven snatches the gear, and away we go. Green flag flies. Once again, Rick Raven looking to catch the field, sleeping a little bit. Jumps on the gas at the earliest moment, and he's going to have a little bit of an advantage heading in to turn number 1 here. Bruning not able to stay with him. He's going to lose some ground. Darren Fahey able to stick with Bruning, though. Your top 3 stepping away. Christopher Hamlin now has to deal with Darrell Weininger to the Miller High Life, number 42, in that 5th position. But Weininger losing a little ground now. Not a great run off of turn number 1, and that's going to allow Hamlin to step away a little. 2-car train with Weininger and Mitz. Can they use that to their advantage as we cross the line this time by? We'll get the high five from the flag stand. Whoa, we've got dust kicking up once again. 5 laps to go here at the Pocono 125. As Trey Mitz begins to struggle, he's going to lose some ground to Daryl Weiniger, who now finishes out that top 5 position. Meanwhile, at the front, Brooding ready to roll. He's going to look for the race lead down in turn number 3. Look for the slide up the track. There it is, and now he's going to run in line. Rick Raven looking to run down your race leader. We're going to jump on board here. Darren Fahey, let's take a look on board here. Do we got a nose camera? Yes, we do. Let's go on board here. Take a little look. As Fahey sits in third. Fastest lap of the race turned in last time around. Christopher Hamlick waiting for the end, and he's going to pull the speed out here as Burning goes down to the bottom. Fahey's going to close in on the gearbox of Rick Raven. Now looking to the inside, he's going to look to wash Raven all the way back to that 3rd position. Oh, close. Ooh, man. We want to stay here, but let's jump back and watch it all unfold. Christopher Hamlick running this top trio down. It's going to go from a 3-car battle to 4.5 a lap. Christopher Hamlick is here. Raven back to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to run Bruning a little wide on entry there. Nice move there. He's going to force him up the racetrack, out of the line even more. Now here comes that snake. Big run down to the bottom, but a big push on the high side. Will the draft prevail for Fahey and Hamlick? No, it doesn't. They're going to keep themselves about a half a car length behind. Big run through 2. Bottom of the racetrack is your friend right now. Looking to the inside goes Bruning. Bruning going to take that spot away. Fahey drops to the inside, looking to take second away from Raven. Raven hanging it out wide. Oh, Hamlick into the outside wall. Hamlick contact with the outside wall. Marcellus Bruning in trouble now as we've got popsicle sticks on display. Here it is. Here we go. Bruning to the bottom. Hamlick struggling now. Rick Raven slinging it to the high side. He's going to go high, wide, and handsome through turn 1 and keep it wound up and grab that position for a moment down the back stretch into the tunnel turn. Almost touching tires. Bruning keeping the speed up. Down there on the bottom, pinch down on the bottom just a little bit behind that one of Rick Raven will come through turn number 3. Bruning going to slide up the racetrack. We'll get the 1 to go. This time by white flag flies final lap. Here from Pocono and the Pocono 125, the Ice Splash Retro Kart Series. Not disappointing. Look at this. Open wheel action back and forth. Raven going to take back the race lead. Bruning looking to cross over down the backstretch. Big run to the bottom, trying to break the draft. Bruning going to catch a sniff of it. Jump back to the high side. Drag race into the tunnel turn for the final time. Raven going to have the position, working hard to keep it. Bruning with a little wobble on the high side. Little wobble on the high side, and we'll go 3 wide for the race lead into turn number 3. Darren Fahey going to squeeze through the middle. Big run here. Big run off of turn number 3. Who's going to get it? Raven to the bottom. Fahey at the line. Darren Fahey going to grab the race win. Rick Raven going to be scored in second, and Bruning back in third. Oh my gosh. 100th of a second keeps Rick Raven out of victory lane, but my goodness, how about this man right here? Ooh, what a finish, what a race. We're going to look inside of the cockpit here with your race winner, the man putting in work behind the wheel, the Melbourne, Australia native Darren Fahey gets the job done. And that number 10 Atari machine sporting that Kimi Räikkönen helmet. What a run here by Fahey, man. That was an absolute great move into 3, squeezing through the middle and beating the field back to the line. Man, it doesn't get much better than that. What a run for Fahey. And as he's going to enjoy a little bit of a post-race celebration here on the front stretch, we're going to set things up for your post-race interviews. We're going to step away from the track for just a brief moment. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside here from Pocono Raceway as the Pocono 125 comes to a close. What a race! What an event here tonight. Man, that last little run was absolutely mind boggling and mind blowing. What a race for multiple drivers here tonight. Tell you what, let's see if we can't catch up and have a few words with the man that walked away with the final spot on the podium here tonight. We're going to see if we can't catch a few words with Marcellus. It's Dave. You got a copy? All right. Well, we'll try it
Can you
one
hear
more
me,
time.
Dave?
Ah, there we go. There we go. How you doing, Mark? Good to hear you.
Yeah, good to be here.
Great race up there at the front all night. You started from the pole position. You led a handful of laps here and there, running behind Rick all night long. You and him swap positions back and forth, man. After a heated battle like that, uh, for the top spot, does coming home third change much of how your outlook is on the finishing order here tonight?
No, not at all. I think we had a great race. And after the I think the not the last, but the second to last pit stop, Darren was right there with us. I could tell he was just taking it easy and hanging back. He was always at like 4/10, 5/10 of a second, and anybody that's within a second can still catch up and be a factor. So I expected him to be a factor, and I was trying to kind of stay in the slipstream of Rick, and then every once in a while I'd go by, hoping that we would like maybe pull away that way, but we didn't. And I mean, Darren did a great job keeping up with us. And then after the last yellow, obviously it's every man for himself. He made a great move. It was all super clean. I don't think we ever touched cars at all. He made it through, and they took the win by leading the last few yards of this race. It's amazing.
Yeah, well, I mean, they say you got to lead the final lap, but you don't have to lead the entire lap. And proving that tonight was Darren with that great move, as you already mentioned there. I want to talk to you about the point standings, though. You came into tonight's race with a 6-point advantage over Christopher Hamling. Hamling finishing inside of the top five. A few drivers inside of the top six missing out on tonight's action. So it puts you in a good spot heading into these final 4 weeks of racing in season number two. Do you change your approach when it gets that close to the end? Do you go more points racing, or being a little more conservative than what you would be if it was, you know what I mean, if that season
Yeah.
championship wasn't on the line yet?
Well, I basically I race every race to finish, and if you got to take extreme risks to get a first place, but you're within the top three, then I would prefer to take third spot over a crash, obviously. So yeah, I'm always looking bigger picture. I think consistency pays in series like this. Unfortunately, not everybody can be here all the time. So if you can be here all the time and you consistently score points, you're always going to be a factor in a championship. So I'm not counting out Rick, and I'm not counting out Johnny Hamby, who unfortunately wasn't here tonight. But we've got some strong drivers, and today's race showed that, proved that with Rick and Darren finishing ahead of me. So I got to scramble all the points I can get. I can't afford to crash.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Marcellus, another great race for you and your crew. Another podium finish here in season number two. You know the drill, you know the rundown. So we're gonna just hand you the mic and step back. And any shout outs, thank yous, love yous.
Obviously to you and Turn 3 for putting on a great show for us. iSplash for coming on board as a series sponsor. I want to thank everybody that came out tonight. That we had a few guys from the senior circuit joining us today, which is awesome. That's a great group of guys as well. I race with them a lot. Um, Congrats again to Rick and to Darren. They did an awesome job. It was just a phenomenal night.
All right. Well, as always, my man, stay safe, keep it fast, and we'll see if we can talk again at the end of next week's race.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, there you have it. Final few words for the man inside of that A double B blonde bullet number 61 machine, Marcellus Bruning, your Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet Pole Award winner here tonight, walks away with a final spot on the podium, and that's going to lead us right along the list. We're going to see if we can't catch up with the man that walked away second here tonight, leading the most laps, fastest in happy hour. He was right there at the end with a chance for yet another win. Rick, it's Dave. You got a copy?
Yeah, how you doing?
How you doing? So we doing this again, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, doing it again, another podium finish for you, man. I mean, uh, you're late making those moves to be there with a chance for a championship at the end, man. What's the goal over these next 4 weeks?
Just to go out there and have fun, try to win races. I don't think that I have a shot at the championship, to be honest. I missed too many races. So at this point, just go out there and sort of try to establish myself as somebody who's good, somebody who races clean, and race like a gentleman. Like most of these guys seem to. I haven't raced with all of them really up at the front, but the guys that I've raced with, they race really good. They race clean and like gentlemen. So that's really the object, is just to go out there, have fun, and try to win races. But I don't think I have a shot at the championship. I missed too many races.
Well, okay. I don't want to admit it. There's like a astronaut's chance that it might be able to be done, but you're gonna need some help from some big names. But I mean, you still got a shot for a solid. I would say easily a solid top five. I think you're gonna break in to the top five at the end of tonight's race when the points are tallied. So I think a top three is definitely doable, especially with the speed we've seen out of you lately. I want to talk, though, because you led the most laps. I want to talk to you about that last lap move. How impressed or how caught off guard were you that, side by side, and then all of a sudden 3 wide in the final corner?
I wasn't really caught off guard. I figured that if I left room on the bottom, Darren, because he was just kind of waiting back there, and if it got to the last, I was hoping a yellow would come out when I was leading, so race over at that point. But I figured he was waiting for that last lap slingshot, and if we got to the end and there was no yellow, he was going to make a move. If I left room on the bottom, he was going to go down there. If I left room on the top or in the middle, wherever I was going to go, there's plenty of room to go 3 wide. So I figured he was going to get a good draft and try to slingshot the both of us, me and Marcellus. And that's what he did. And I just tried to hang on to the bottom. It got a little loose coming off the corner. I started to straighten it out, but I didn't want to give him a side draft. So I kind of jerked it to the inside a little bit to get away from him, because I did have the momentum coming off the corner. But I think what I did was, by jerking it to the left, kind of scrubbed just enough speed to where he beat me to the line. It was just, that was my mistake. But this was just so much fun. I mean, all these guys racing up there, Hamlink, Trey Metz up there in fifth place. Great job. Marcellus, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I'm going to say Broning. He's always great in these Lotus 79s. And I practiced with Darren, in the practice. We kind of hooked up together. I love his Atari 2600 car. It's got the wood grain on it. I commented on it. And during the practice, I think that car is really sweet. It's really gorgeous. But it was a great finish. Another great night for the Retro Card Series, and just looking forward to next week.
Well, Rick, another podium finish, as we said. Congratulations with second here tonight. So before we let you walk away real quick, any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, maybe anybody you forgot?
Let's see, who did I forget? I don't think I forgot anybody. I covered everybody, didn't I?
I don't know. I don't know who you know.
I want to thank Marcellus, obviously, for putting on the league. Thank you guys over at, was it turn 4, turn 3?
What turn 4? It's
The
all about
broadcast.
turn 3, baby.
Turn 3, right? Right here at Pocono, there is no turn 4. So I don't know what I'm
Exactly.
turn 3 motors. I'm still getting used to all the people involved. So thanks to you guys for broadcasting this. Thanks to everybody who watches and supports our races. Thanks to my wife. I love you, baby doll. Thanks to my kids, Zoe, Mila. I love you so much. Thank you to the Lord Jesus. And I love you more than anything. Thank you so much. Looking forward to next week. I think we're going to Mid-Ohio. That should be a good one. Mid-Ohio is a fun track.
Oh yeah, gonna be some hot and heavy road course action next week. Well, again, Rick, congratulations on your podium finish tonight, and we'll see if we can't talk again at the end of next week.
Well, hopefully we will. I love to score another podium. That'd be great. Thank you, buddy.
All right, there you go. Final few parting words for the man that walked away in second. Still working out those post-race interviews is Rick, but I'm sure we're gonna get it going, and he's gonna know how it all goes down and how things work out. And we're gonna jump inside of the number 10 Atari machine, walking away with the race win. First win on the season with a last lap move, 3 wide middle. Man, Darren, how you feeling inside that car?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy. Yeah, I'll take it. I was happy.
So, okay, we're gonna get it out there real quick. You're over in a different land right now. I'm gonna call it a land because the time zones I'm really not sure how they break down. I know it's got to be I think super early, maybe mid afternoon for you over there in Melbourne. But uh, how did you get hooked up with these guys? What brought you over to race with them? And man, just lights out performance for you tonight. Playing the role you needed to. You just sat calm, cool, collected in third and made that move on the last lap. But again, how'd you get here? How'd you find us? And how long are you gonna stay at the front of these fields?
Okay, so it's 20. It's coming up to 20 past 1 p.m. on a Saturday in Melbourne, Australia. So I missed the last couple of races due to hot weather. We went to the beach and the pool instead, but today it's cold and miserable in our summer, so I got to race.
All right, all right.
Um,
I knew the time zone difference was pretty far off. I'm used to racing with guys that are on Sunday mornings here. It'd be about 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's about 1 o'clock in the morning. I mean, yeah, about 8 o'clock in the morning here, and it's going on like midnight, somewhere in that range for them when we get going. So, the time zone difference, a little bit crazy between us, but nonetheless, man, great job joining us, and just talk us through your race and what the strategy was.
yeah, how I got here, just quickly, L79, I've always raced and loved it. Marcellus put a post up inviting some people, and I thought I'll give it a go. It suited me. So, and we don't get to do many ovals in Australia, so it was good fun. But my strategy, I ran some practice laps with Rick, just sort of getting used to the dirty air early on before quali, and yeah, knew what had to be done, and just tried to stay clean. I didn't even qualify. Just wanted to survive and just be there at the end with a chance.
Well, that you did. I mean, you were the biggest mover of the race, up 12 positions from where you started tonight. From, as we said, you just kind of hung out there at the end, sitting in third, just kind of biding time. I didn't think, or I don't want to say you caught me off guard, but I didn't think a 3 wide move was gonna happen. But then it kind of just opened up in the middle there for you, and you found your way through. Were you surprised at the move by Rick to jerk it down to the left side of the track and give you a little bit more of a run on that high side coming out of the corner exit?
Yeah, it's like the seas parted, and it was perfect by them. I had to take it. It was yeah, you couldn't script that. That was perfect, and opportunity was there. Took it, and yeah, I'm surprised he went so low.
Well, man, congratulations on your first winning performance here with the Ice Splash Retro Kart League. Before we let you go and celebrate this race win here tonight, would you like to give any final shout outs, thank yous, love yous? Maybe thank anybody back home or back at the race shop? Anything like that?
Yeah, I'll thank my partner Leanne and my little girl Harper. They're out shopping at the moment, which allow me to race. And Marcellus for putting the league on. You for doing the comms and the broadcast. Thanks, guys. Good fun. Love it.
Well, Darren, it was an absolute pleasure watching you pull that pass off, man. We hope to see some more great finishes from you and your entire 10 crew. So, for myself and everybody else with the league and the broadcasting company here, we do congratulate you on that historical first race win performance here with the league. So, congratulations with that. With everything being said, stay safe and keep it fast.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, all right, there you have it. Walking away with his first race win here with the Ice Blast Retro Kart League. The Melbourne, Australian native Darren Fahey going to take that top spot in checkered flag. And man, he's going to have quite a day. He's going to have quite a story for when the wife and kids come home, walking away with a crazy move to go 3 wide into turn 3, final lap of the race, and walk away with the checkered flag. Big tip of the cap for that race move. My man Darren Fahey will walk away with the race win here tonight. Checkered flag in hand. And as we continue to watch a little bit of the replay of the action and producers hitting those buttons, you know, the sounds in the background, it's time for us to run down tonight's unofficial race results. Walking away with the checkered flag, walking away from victory lane inside of that Atari number 10, Darren Fahey takes the race win. The number 1 of Rick Raven led the most laps, but gonna fall just 100th of a second short. Raven will finish second. Marcellus Bruning, another podium for that blonde bullet number 61 machine, and Bruning will finish third. Christopher Hamleek with a great run in the Target 3M Scotch 82. Hamleek finishes fourth. The Scuderia Ferrari of Trey Mitz back in fifth. The Miller High Life 42 of Daryl Weininger going to finish in sixth. The 2 of Stuart Wright back in seventh. Robert Love in eighth. Jason Crumley ninth, and rounding out your top 10, the 37 of Chris Brown. Bill Smitham going to finish tonight's race from Pocono back in 11th. The debut night for the 77 ends in trouble. He'll walk away 12th. 14th to Neil Canning, Roger Bowles back in 15th. Ray Zerkut and Bill Shermetz rounds out the 17-car field here tonight in the Pocono 125. That's going to be it for us. We're going to begin to cut off the lights and roll up the cords and get ready to head on to Mid-Ohio. But first, before we go, while you're here, while you're at it, show these drivers some appreciation. Join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Drop that thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here with the Turn 3 Racing Network. So from myself, Dave in the Cave, stay safe, stay loved, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.